Hey friends, today we're going to be talking about two simple questions that you can ask yourself to know if what you're experiencing is anxiety. Let's dig in. Hey, are you a high achiever who struggles with perfectionism? Do you get stuck in the cycle of overthinking? Do you do everything for everyone else because you think otherwise it won't get done? Do you feel like you should come with a disclaimer? Hi, I'm anxious. Hey, I'm Katy. Full disclosure, I'm not a therapist, doctor, or mental health professional. I'm just a career mama who also struggles with anxiety. For me, anxiety reared its head at the most inconvenient times, when I wanted to be present with my family, at those high-pressure business meetings, when I was laying in bed awake at night worrying instead of sleeping. I just wanted to relax and be able to have fun, and I know that you do too. What if you found tools to manage your anxiety? What if you knew how to enjoy life even though you are anxious? Look, it's time to put down that third cup of coffee and swap it for some lemon water. We're going to get control over anxiety so it can stop controlling you. Let's go, girl. Hello, friends. When I think of anxiety and talk with others who identify with it, the words that most often come up are worry or fear. However, if you struggle with anxiety, you know deep down that what you're experiencing is more than just normal worry or fear. Personally, I often wondered, what is wrong with me? I did so much self helping and trying hacks and strategies to work my way out of whatever flaw I felt I must have. Finally, I did have an official diagnosis of an anxiety disorder. And at that point, I thought, well, of course, I have an anxiety disorder. But until then, it wasn't clear to me, despite the years of therapy and self help. I recall having a conversation with a group of mommy friends, and we were talking about something we were concerned about. And one of the mommies in the group said to me, "It sounds like what you're experiencing is an anxiety disorder." And I thought to myself, oh no, I'm just being my weird self. I'm just worrying unnecessarily and excessively about this thing that I cannot control. And lo and behold, not that long after that conversation, I did have my official diagnosis. So, let's talk about how to know if you're experiencing anxiety. Now, I think it's an important point to discuss here that anxiety is a normal part of life. But, and I think this is a big but, here is the question to ask yourself. Is it interfering with your life in some way? You know this. You are wise and know yourself better than anyone else, and deep down, you can tell if what you're experiencing is beyond just normal worry or fear. If so, I think that we can agree that in that case, the anxiety isn't normal and is in fact problematic for you. So, now do you have an anxiety disorder? Maybe, maybe not. Only a qualified professional could help you figure that out. I encourage you, if you feel like you need that help, do reach out to a qualified professional to help you with this. Like I said, having an official diagnosis was helpful for me. Also, I think it's important to note that I'm not at all downplaying the seriousness of anxiety or anxiety disorders. However, I find that as high achievers, we often overcomplicate things. I don't think figuring out if what you're experiencing is anxiety needs to be overcomplicated. So I'd like you to simply ask yourself if you're feeling worried, fearful, or something similar. And if so, ask yourself, is that worry or fear holding you back in any way? The answers to these two questions will tell you if you have anxiety. I think the important piece for us to note here is that if anxiety is problematic for you, there are things we can do about it. And that's what this podcast is about. We're going to focus on proactive, simple things that you can do for yourself to help yourself go from, hi, I'm anxious, to, hi, I'm way less anxious. So let's recap. I want you to take just a couple of minutes right now and ask yourself, are you experiencing worry, fear, or something similar? Do you think your worry or fear is not normal or is holding you back somehow? Those two things are going to tell you if you're experiencing anxiety. Now remember, please don't be afraid to get professional help if you feel like you need it. Thanks for being here with me today, friends. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Hey friend, thanks for being here. Did today's episode help you feel more in control of your anxiety? Did it inspire you to rest or relax? Or maybe it challenged you to really look at why anxiety is a part of your life? If so, I'd love to hear from you. If you would take 30 seconds, pause this episode, scroll down in Apple Podcasts, and leave me a review, I would be so grateful. See you next week. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional and this podcast is not providing therapy or medical treatment. Contents of the podcast are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider with your health questions and concerns.